Hey there, fellow narrow gaugers. This is Rick coming to you from the J&L Narrow Gauge Railroad. Well, we're not running trains right now, of course, because of the whole COVID-19 situation, but that hasn't slowed down the work we're doing here at the railroad. This track that is in front of you here, with the car sitting on, doesn't have any ties under it yet. That's the beginning of what we're calling the Eastern Extension, which is a branch coming off the main line that's going to run about 800 feet, and it's going to be able for us to, double or triple the length of our run as the next phase in the development of the railroad. So we've got here, we're looking north. The track to the left is what we're calling the house track, and it's going to run down into here, and our green engine house is going to be relocated down into this location. And of course we got the main that runs down here around the bend to where 58 is at now, and the green engine house. So eventually that engine house will be brought over here. So the Eastern Extension will come across the road here, a little bit higher elevation, and it's going to come up this hillside, and we're planning on maybe this weekend starting to do the grading here to put in the road bed up this hillside and cut across here. And it's gonna pass just to the left of this large tree. And it will continue back basically where the blazer is at. You can see some of the trees are marked, that we're going to pull those out. And from this point on, we own a 30-foot wide strip of this back about 600 feet, 600 or 700 feet. And we're going to put our main track running back in that direction. So when you come up the hill, which will be about a 4% grade or so. So the locomotive is going to sound pretty good coming up around the containers here and continuing its climb up the hill. Also, we're going to have a turnout, which is going to be right in this area, with a track that's going to go right there where that lean-to is and all that other stuff sitting there. The track's going to go through there and head north. And just on the other side of the driveway, we're going to put those two CSX box cars that we recently acquired side by side. There'll be a switch, and a track will go into the end of each box car, and one of which will be the engine house for the 58, and the other one will be the engine house for the two Canadian locomotives, which we are currently raising money to bring back to the U.S. So the new engine facility will eventually be up here in the two box cars. The green engine house that's down lower will be basically the diesel house. That's where we'll keep the Brookville, or if we acquire a larger diesel, that'll be the diesel shop area basically. We're also thinking, we were thinking about this the other day, of relocating the hot metal car and sending it over to our sister museum on the other side of town, which specializes in steel industry railroad equipment. Moving the locomotive back to where the hot metal car is, and then putting a switch right here and heading down the hill with a track to tie into the tail track that basically just on the other side of where the green engine house is now. So we basically have a Y here, and this track here we can put it into, well, the grade looks pretty steep right there, but we can extend it out so that the grade isn't any steeper than what's going around to the right here. So we'd have a Y here with the ability to turn the train around, and then we'll have the other track that'll run back that way into the woods. So that's some of the projects we've got lined up here track work wise. I don't know how long this is going to take. A while to get done, I suppose. And you can see some of the this is some of our stuff that we had stored up front. I've got it moved out of the way, and we're going to deal with some of this stuff here. But behind it all, you can see that General American tank car that we recently acquired from CSX. So we just brought that over last weekend. We've got a pile of about 30 pieces of rail to get us started with building the eastern extension. So this is what we've got going on here while we're not running trains. That doesn't mean we're not going to fire 58 up soon, but maybe a few weeks from now we'll get the engine pulled out and a few of the little repairs that it needs, and we'll get it ready to fire up and run it a little bit. And at this point, we've canceled the June and July operating days, but we're going to make our decision on August, and I think by August we should be in fairly decent shape that we can run trains for the public again. So if we do that, then we'd have August, September, and October to run, and then maybe we'll have a special event or something in there. We'll see. And maybe we'll use the 58 when we do some of the construction work here to move the ballast cars and all that, which I think would be a good use for the steam locomotive, and certainly make the work sessions a little bit more interesting. So at any rate, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for your support of the J&L Narrow Gauge, and we'll be talking to you soon.